Hey, everybody, this is Brian with Cal, Coaching in Life, coachinginlife.com. And once again, I am joined by Barrett Lottefoged in Denmark. Hey, good morning, Barrett.
Good morning, Brian. And yes, I am in Denmark. I wish I was back in Florida, but I'm not.
That's right. You just got home, what was it, 2 days ago?
Yes.
Yeah. So, did you have a good time?
Wonderful time. I mean, it's an amazing place. I can only recommend it. And I mean, we're going to be there for our retreat, and I hope that people are going to join us
I
and
was just going to
join
say
your
that.
TV show. I think that what we should do is invite one of your TV stars to join us at the retreat.
I agree. Well, I will be. I'll be the co-host on the show, so I will be the TV star at the retreat. So that would be wonderful. Yeah, that'll be good. We've got our retreat coming up in April, is it?
Yes, it is.
All right. So, when you're ready to better your life, everybody, we're here to help you better your life. So today Barrett and I were talking about um, being authentic
Yeah.
and how that factors in to our lives, and specifically with work related items. I always think about, I did a few videos this week about interacting, going on interviews and whatnot, and being authentic at those interviews. Because a lot of times, and you've experienced this as well, Barrett, with the people you know and the people you've coached, people, when they go to interviews or they go to sales calls, they put on this persona, this facade, a mask, if you will, which is timely with Halloween just tomorrow. And the problem with that, right, is that when you put on that false persona, it seems disingenuous a lot of the time. And have you had any experiences with people that you've interacted with that have, it's almost like they're trying too hard to be what you want them to be?
But I think that people love that today, Brian. I think that corporate right now is losing out because people now have really gotten into adapting to, is this what you want? Oh, I can be that. Is this what you want? I can be that. But it's not generating the profit, and it's not generating the progress, and it's not generating the results that companies need. And I think that employees are serving the wrong master. And I think that people or companies fire the wrong people because they're not generating the results that they ought to. And with the vision and with the strategy and with the problem that they're trying to solve, they should be generating a lot more if people were just authentic. I mean, if you see something, just say it as it is and correct it. It's not a big hassle, and it's not like your boss needs to be perfect and zero mistakes. Mistakes happens, and let's correct them. Let's move on.
You know, what you said was interesting with kind of the yes men mentality.
Yes.
And when we talk about being authentic, that does not mean that you cannot be accommodating, that you cannot be,
Mhm.
adaptable, but frequently people put on such a, well, here's my problem with it. When I meet people that are trying so hard to be what I want them to be, even clients will come in, is that they don't know what I want. They don't know what I need. And frequently, what I want or need as an employer has less to do with what they're pretending to be and more to do with kind of the skill set that they bring. And I think you hit the nail on the head. People are relying so much on that costume they're wearing that they don't have the skill set to back it up, and they flatter the employer's egos, but the bottom line winds up losing. I think you're absolutely right. So then the question is, and you and I kind of touched on this briefly, was, do people these days know when they're being authentic and when they're not? Do they even know kind of who they are when they go into this? When we watch TV and we watch movies and we see businesses around us, I think, and I think you mentioned this also, that people think that is authenticity, filling that role, but I think they take it to an absurd extreme. What do you think about that?
I think that today, when you're hired into a company, you're tested so well, and the company knows you much better than you think or you can even know yourself. And they're treating you the way that they tested you. And I think that right now, compliance or alignment or harmony, balance, mindfulness comes when the inner picture, vision, goal that you have reflects what you get on the outside. And I think that right now, management, CEOs are making strategies, missions, visions for companies, and they can't accomplish it. It's because there is no compliance between what they want and what is happening in the real world. And I think that for employees, who you are, you go to work, no one shows up at the doorsteps and says, today I'm going to do a lousy job. I'm going to ask questions and I'm going to be the worst employee you can possibly imagine. I'm going to be impossible. That's what I want to be. Yet, even myself, I've had that role with a boss lately. And having the role, oh, I am Mrs. Impossible. I do things impossible. Um, that role is very, very tough, I think, for anyone, because I actually do think that employees want to do a good work and they want to create good results. And
They just
they,
don't. They just don't know how.
it's the how we come back to, and that's why I love the pocket coach, because the
Mhm.
pocket coach only focuses on how. How come I am nervous when I speak to my boss? How come, how am I going to do it? How do I want it? How am I going to accomplish it? I mean, it's so easy for a company to make up a plan and strategy. This is the steps through the wall. We have a 10 kilometers thick wall. This is how you do it. Yet, of everyone who is saying how that's going to be done, no one has ever walked the walk. No one has ever seen the wall. Nobody knows where it starts. And
Right. There's
it,
very little practical knowledge behind it and more theoretical. And I think that's, in my envisionment, the way that I approach coaching is kind of 90% asking questions. And we don't do that anymore. And so, yeah, that's interesting. So, and that's why the pocket coach and the coaching, especially through Cal, is so valuable, because only through asking questions and evaluation and reflection can we ascertain what works and what doesn't work. And moreover, I think what's really beneficial about the pocket coach in Cal is that you've got people that can help guide you to find your specific authenticity. We're not here trying to get you to fit into any particular mold. You know, we all come from different backgrounds and, regions in the world. And
take you and me.
absolutely, absolutely. And
Fantastic.
so that goal is to get you to find yourself, not who we want you to be, not who I want you to be or Barrett, but help you find yourself and find your niche and your comfort zone. And I said in a video I did yesterday that for me, when I started as a teacher, I tried doing it like all the other teachers, even though it felt awkward and uncomfortable, because that's what I saw. But the moment I stopped and I just taught as myself, man, things really clicked and it flowed. And my kids responded to me, and we just had a great experience. And throughout my teaching career, my interaction with my students was brilliant. To this day, they still come, and we spend time together and enjoy each other's company. So that's where we're coming from, is helping people find their true authenticity. But yeah, it makes sense that people don't know how to be authentic. They may believe that by filling those shoes, even if they're ill-fitting shoes, that's being authentic, because that's what businesses want. That's fascinating. Yeah, that's an interesting concept. So, do you have any other thoughts on the subject? Today was just kind of food for thought for you guys out there to kind of think about, am I being authentic? And that's not saying that you can't change how you handle things in different situations. Obviously, when you go to a business meeting, you're going to dress a certain way as if when you go to a golf meeting, or if you're just hanging out on the weekends. We want to fit in appropriately, but being true to yourself within that dynamic is really an interesting. I think that's probably at the core of what we do.
I think that the most important thing is, whomever you are, you're authentic when you have that peace of mind where you don't have to struggle for it, or you don't have to really, there's nothing wrong with being your best, being outstanding, accomplishing results, but you get this inner satisfaction with yourself. I did it. Words that cannot be, it doesn't matter what anyone else said, but you have it within you, and you say to yourself, I did it. And I think for listeners, for God's sakes, I mean, whatever it takes for you to get that experience, reach out to Brian. I know that he's an amazing help, and he can take you through ventures. Get how to feel yourself and the power that you have, because people are so powerful and they can do so much more than they can possibly imagine. And I just hope that they really, really realize that.
Yeah, that's I think that's a good summary. Yeah, you guys have it within yourselves. Sometimes we just need help. It's almost like what Michelangelo with a big block of marble. He said, look, it's in there. I'm just releasing it. So we're there to help you release that inner authenticity so you can attain and achieve what you want. And that's using the coaching through Cal. That's coming to the retreat that we're going to be having. It's using the pocket coach, whatever it is. But thank you guys for watching today. Today was a little different. I like this. We got our hands a little more dirty than we normally do. I value that. I like that, asking the questions and even just kind of pondering things. So, Barrett, thank you very much. I'm glad you're there, and I appreciate all your support.
And you too. You're amazing, Brian. Love
All
it.
right, everybody. So until we meet again, inhale relaxation, exhale tension, and be well.
Thank you, Brian.